What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of End of the Tunnel podcast. So, as always, I'm your host, Derek Causer. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about life and making change and, just not living in the same old life that you are now. And what I mean on that, and, no offense to anybody, but what I see a lot of times nowadays is there's a lot of people that just tend to live an average life. People that, they're fine with working their 9 to 5. They're fine with, that average house, that average car, that average life. And they're okay with it. Or so they say. And now, don't get me wrong, if you are, if you're okay with that, if you're, all you want is to just work and come home, then alright, great. It's up to you. At the end of the day, it's your life and you get to do whatever you want. But personally, I believe that, we're all worth more. And that we all can be more. And, what I mean by that is that, life is a crazy thing. There's so many different things that you can do with it, and there's so many people that, they start with their job at 18 or 19 or whatever it is, and they just stick with it. And they don't change. And I've seen people around me in the past that, do that and then complain about money. Or they complain about whatever it is about their job, but are still there. And, part of that is because, they get stuck in it for so long, and as they age, they get a family and all that kind of other stuff, and they start to have people that depend on them. And if that's your reason why you're sticking with that job and, it's for your family, I respect the hell out of you for being able to put up with that. Because I personally couldn't. And, I was lucky enough to have people around me that, in my past there, that were willing to kind of guide me and, be open about just trying to make something of my life. And, without that motivation, I might not have made it to where I am. But that guidance and that kind of what they told me, it kind of gave me a chance to kind of look around and look at these people that were, 10, 20, 30 years older than me, and really just, think, is this the life that I want? At the end of the day, we all want different things out of life, but at the end of the day, we also all want to be happy. I truly believe that. We may not know that that's kind of what we're looking for, but that is, at the end of the day, anything that we do is trying to make things happier for us. I took that chance to look around and see those people and ask myself, is this what I want about my life? And the answer was no. And at that point, I was already starting to work on my own mental health, and it was like, all right, well, it's time to actually work on my life and, move forward and figure out what I actually want and work towards that. And because of that, I'm on this path now where personal training, broker as well, and, I love it. It's, allows me to have, freedom of my time. I was thinking about that yesterday, just how lucky I am to really be able to, when I want to work out, I can work out. If I want to take a day off, I take a day off. If I need to, take time for my mental health, I'm able to take that time because I'm in control of all my stuff. And I'm really lucky that I have that. But it's at the same time as saying that I'm lucky to have it, I also know that the reason that I do have it and the reason that I'm lucky enough to have it is because I was willing to take the time to put in the work for it. Building a business takes a lot of time to get it going well. But there's the pros with it. And it, there's so much more that you can get out of it. And kind of one way that I look at it in more of a different way away from business is I look at, they say that things that take time are the good things in life, the things that last, and the things that come easy just don't last. And kind of one way that I think of it is, compared to like a one night stand, maybe you have that one quick night and it's great for that one night. It's kind of like that, shitty job. It's great for the short term and it's great. You get that quick, you get your bills paid, you get the money, other stuff. But then there's also the idea of a long-term relationship where, it takes time to build it up and it takes time to really build it how you want. And it's much like, running your own business. It takes time to build it, but once you have it, there's so much pros that come out of it. And, there is different people, much like with that, there's lots of people that are just looking for that one night stand all the time. There's those people that are actually looking for the long-term relationship that are looking to build it. There's those people that are looking for, the short, quick jobs where they can make a quick buck, or, the shitty jobs where they can get in easy and just make the money that they want so that they can pay for whatever it is that they do on the weekend. And then there's the people that really have the vision to see what they want out of their life and work towards that. And again, everybody wants different things, and whatever is happy works for you and makes you the happiest, go for that. I truly believe, not everybody's meant to run a business, and that's fine. All that I truly want for everybody is to be happy. And again, if that's, in a job, great. But I'd urge you to, whether it's running a business or whether it's working a job, look around and think, is this what I want in the next 5 years from now, next 10 years from now? Because the time is going to go by. As much as, we try to live in the moment and we try to focus on the now, time's going to go by as well, and we have to be prepared for what's in the future. And really, you're the one that has to live with yourself. So are you making yourself happier, or are you making yourself a better person to live with? Or are you making yourself a worse person to live with? Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to you. And, I've been in the position where I had to, I believe I've mentioned on this show before that, in the past I played football, and my plan for a while was that I wanted to really go as far as I wanted with it, as I could with it, sorry. So, I played junior ball, and I was looking at potentially going to university, and then from there, whatever I could. And I just realized at one point that wasn't what I wanted. That it wasn't as much fun for me as it had been in the past. And that, I took a lot of other things into my future into account. And, I saw that wasn't really what I wanted. And I still love football. I sit down and watch NFL every Sunday. Because that's what, gives me time to be myself and fill my cup. But, and I absolutely love coaching. Coaching is super fun for me. And it makes sense with my personal training too. I love teaching and I love coaching. But playing wasn't for me anymore. So I had to figure out something new. And it took some time, but I figured out, I went back to having fun coaching in the past and helping people in the gym, and that's where I figured out, personal training. And that's where, I love the idea that so many people around my age are doing it more nowadays that I've noticed, and it's the idea of, just finding what makes you happy and trying to work with that. Nowadays it's easier than ever to start a side hustle, whether that's, whether it's just that you like designing clothes, and, on the side, every evening and weekends, you work on starting your own clothing company or apparel company, anything like that, while you're still working your full-time job that you can still pay the bills, but then you work towards that. The internet has really created the opportunity for all of us. If, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, I couldn't have just come up here and started a podcast like this. But because of the world we live in nowadays, where everything's so globalized, it's really opened the possibilities for people to be themselves. and for people to do what they want and do what they feel is best for them. And it pains me to see so many people that don't take advantage of it. And they just sit back, and a lot of them are the same people that complain about their life. And they complain about what they have. And then they see someone that's worked their ass off to get where they are and think, man, you know, you're so lucky. Like, I wish I was in, like, and I wish I was in your position. And you can. That's the thing that so many people don't just, they sit back and, you know, you can do so much more with your life. And again, if you don't want to do more with your life, great. Awesome. But, you know, I truly believe that we're all looking for a way to be happy. And so many people are looking for it externally nowadays. But the happiness comes internally. You know, I've been there trying to, you know, drink for happiness or trying to buy different things for happiness. And, you know, yeah, I still do buy myself some things to celebrate or, you know, because I know it's going to make me happy. But I'm also looking long term with it, thinking, you know, how's this going to make me happy in the long term if I'm spending money on it? The happiness that I'm really looking for is always inside of me. And every day I check in with myself and go, you know, am I doing what's making me happy? What can I do today to make myself happier? It's that self-awareness that I talked about, you know, on my last episode. And just being able to check in with yourself and know if what you're doing is what you really want. And continually paying attention to that. You know, like I said, I see so many people that, you know, whether it be that they have big dreams and they just go away, or they never have anybody to motivate them or to believe in them to dream that big. And I was lucky enough that when I was dealing heavily with mental illness, that I had some people that were there to believe in me and tell me that I could be something. You know, I'm so thankful that I had those people in my life. And I truly believe that we all need those people in our life. And, you know, the more that one person does that for someone else, the more that other person is going to continue doing it. You know, as those people believed in me, it gave me confidence to believe in myself, and then also the confidence to believe in other people. And that hopefully keeps trickling down, that, you know, those people that I believe in have the confidence to believe in other people. And also have the confidence to believe in themselves and be who they are. You know, society has made it so easy to, you know, flex on people and just say, you know, look at what I have. But there's so many people that have all the things in the world but are still unhappy. And, you know, like I said, happiness is internal. We all gotta find what makes us happy, and, you know, to me, something like work is something that, you know, we all gotta do it. We all gotta pay bills, we all have to make money, we all have to pay for this stuff. And work is gonna be something that you spend a ton of time in your life doing. But are you wanting to, you know, work 60 years at one job that you hate for 10 years of retirement? Again, if that's what you want, great, awesome. Wish you luck with it. But that's not what I wanted. And I know there's other people that don't want that. So if that's not what you want, you know, and I know there's some people that aren't in a position where they can really do that. But like I said, you know, find that side hustle that works for you if it's what you need to do. You know, if you're able to go into something that makes you happy, go into it. If there's a job that, you know, there's a little bit of a pay cut that makes you happier, take the job. Because you're going to be a better person when you're happier. Regardless of if you're making money, more money or less money. You know, most people that I know that start a business, their first few months, at least the first few months, don't make as much as they do at their full-time job. And especially people or anybody that works in sales or anything like that where, you know, it depends on your work. But as slow as it is, there's that point in time where they hit and it just skyrockets. And they're living, you know, more comfortably or even just at the same spot, but happy. You know, in a better mood, in a better headspace. And, you know, that's all I really want for people. Just to be happy. Not really sure where to go from that. But yeah, you know, there's so many people nowadays that just aren't happy. And I truly believe that's because people are getting and working jobs that they don't want to work. And they work it so that they can pay for the drinks to, you know, help them on the weekend. And then they go back to their job on Monday, hate it. And again, they work that week so that they can pay for the booze they drink on Saturday, Sunday to recover from the week. And it's just a vicious cycle that goes round and round. I've been in that cycle. I hated it. It was terrible. And I don't wish that on anybody that doesn't want it. But you know, there's a point where you have to put up with it, but you also can figure out different ways to make money outside of that. You know, if you don't know how to start a business, there's free podcasts everywhere. There's books everywhere that you can buy. You know, Google how to start a business. It's not that complicated. When I started my personal training business, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Straight up. No clue. My mom had run a business. Didn't mean I had any clue from what she was doing. But I Googled it. I looked it up. I found people that knew what they were doing. I asked them questions. I found books that, you know, could help me. And I made my way through things. And, you know, here I am over a year later and, you know, I'm still not where I want to be, but things are far from where they were then. I'm far happier than what I was when I was working that shitty job. You know, the responsibility's on you to take care of your life. You know, at the end of the day, there's so many people that point the finger and, you know, they say this person fucked me up or this person did this, you know, fuck that. I'm sorry for the cursing, but, you know, honestly, fuck it. Like, it's your life. You know, nobody's mind reader. Nobody knows how to make you happy except for you. So figure out what makes you happy. And then go do it. Stop sitting around waiting for other people to come in and make you happy. Because it's not going to happen. People will do for you what you do for yourself. You know, the same way that if you talk shit about yourself all the time, there's going to be other people that talk shit about you too because they see the way that you treat yourself. It's just human nature. And if you treat yourself like you're a higher up, people are also going to start to treat you more like that. If you do the things that make yourself happy, other people around you are going to begin to see that. And, you know, they're going to feed into that happiness. Some of them just will disappear. And usually that's for the better. Because, you know, the people around you make a lot of your life. But again, you know, you got to make that choice to figure out what makes you happy. And move forward with that. And, you know, hopefully, again, I look at that trickle effect and holy shit, I can't talk today. I look at that trickle effect and, you know, hopefully as other people see me doing this, they start to get the urge to, you know, work for their own happiness. And then as other people see them, they get the urge to work towards their happiness. And there's, you know, like I said, trickle down effect where more and more people just work towards their happiness, and we have a society that is happier than it is now. You know, that's all I really wish. I hope this was helpful for somebody. I hope somebody got some value out of this. As always, follow me on Instagram at Kasurderek, KASURDEREK. And, toss a subscription, like this video, leave a comment if there's anything that you want me to speak on next. And other than that, I hope you guys all have a great week. And I'll see you next time on End of the Tunnel Podcasts.